Hey guys, it's Babypowder, and we're back with another one of our 200 run series loot videos from part 2. And you know, part 1 was a big success, but with part 1 we were doing it kind of at the slow rate of only adding one set of loot from one farm each week to see how our sales build up as we added more. This time we're rushing to 10 million, and that's the goal. We're trying to get to 10 million, and we're adding more and more. And this time, so since we're trying to get to 10 million as fast as possible, even if we don't finish all 200 runs or our open world farm, we're adding the loot to our bank or our auction house right at the end of the week, no matter what we've done. So we're covering whatever we want. You know, we complete it. So if we did half the farm or quarter of the farm, whatever, we're going with the loot and seeing what we got. So this time it's going to be one of those cases just like it was last time. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people expected it. We only did 100 runs of BFD, and or not BFD we did to this time, but we only did 100 runs of RFD, and we only did 100 runs of drak'tharon keep last week. So we did the other 100 runs, we got it completed. As I mentioned, we did actually do some BFD as well, blackfathom depths. We did only 40 runs, but since we I hate to do it, I like to be at like 100 runs and do it halfway through more so than I would just 40 runs. But hey, it's more variety up on the auction house, and we did get it completed. So I'd rather go ahead and put the items up on the auction house than them just be collecting dust like they were in the first series and the bank vault. So we will go over that loot as well. We also will be looking at 1 hour's worth of loot from group farming the wild blue farm. Granted, we only, just like we did the previous weeks, we only got 1 hour done in a actual group. We did actually at least have a full group this time for Proudmoore's version of the loot. I did actually have to manually multi-box for the second part, but the good thing is you only really need like 2 accounts in order to pull it off. So yeah, I mean, really it's not much. I mean, I could almost hyper spawn it solo anyway when I was doing it before. The only problem is with only having it solo, it's not enough people out there hitting mobs. For some reason the spawns stop, they get really slow or even die off sometimes, and that's with a lot of those really small ones like that. But anyway, guys, before we get into the loot and see what we actually get, or we got this time with all these farms, if you do like these videos, go ahead and smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, so one, you don't miss the clean out, see if we sell any of this stuff at the end of the week, and so you don't miss the next one and see what we got completed and what we looted. All right, guys, let's go ahead and head to our first bank alt, who's going to be one of the bank alts for Proudmoore, which I believe they're holding the BFD loot, which we'll go over first, and then the rest of the drak'tharon keep loot, and then we'll go over and switch to the other Proudmoore bank alt, which will be holding the stuff from RFD and from the wild blue farm, and we'll do the same thing for Thrall's bank alts. All right, here is our first bank alt. Now, again, we will have our BFD or blackfathom depths loot on this bank alt, and we will have the rest of drak'tharon keep. Yeah. So anyway, as far as BFD, only 20 runs worth here, because we did 40 runs, so it's 20 runs per druid, because we swap back and forth so we can keep going, because you get locked out after 10 runs until after an hour. So anyway, pretty good. I mean, filled up a whole tab here. Now I did go back and look, and back then I didn't have the yield banks yet, so I was still just putting stuff in the bags here, and I wasn't even using bag on add-on. I had like the old thing, and then I was using like just the regular bank, and we did actually fill up like all of our bags, but that was with 100 runs worth of loot versus only 20 here. So we have like 80 more runs worth of loot to get for here. So I mean, pretty good start here. Actually, we might end up with more. There was things I was unmarking, just like with the Iron Docks farm and stuff like that. So pretty good amount of low value stuff. Now here you get a lot of similar stuff as you get from Wailing caverns, so we probably will see some duplicates, especially with the low value stuff anyway. But there are some other things like the robust stuff. We didn't see that from Wailing Caverns. I don't think the hulking stuff, I don't think came from Wailing Caverns. Pharaoh Harness can, but I mean, I think we actually got more here than we did there. Spike chain stuff, Sentries pieces. Actually, I do think some Sentry pieces, but I think they drop a lot better in this dungeon than they do in Wailing Caverns. Prospectors, of course, drops in both. We did see that in both of them. But yeah, still really good. You know, filling up some of these other items, and if we got some of the similar ones, they are really fast selling items anyway. So not bad to get some extras there. Now, as far as our high value stuff, this might look kind of clustered here, but I didn't want to use another tab when we, you know, we were so close to emptying out our bags here. But our high value greens here, we have 80, the Pagan Rod here at 82,000, only 0.001 sell rate, and it has a lot of shared appearances. I have actually sold this in the past though. Maybe not for that amount, but I think it was still a pretty decent amount. Hulking Shield here for 33,000, 0.001 sell rate. Again, bunch of shared appearances. Outrunner's Shield, 20,000, 0.004 sell rate. A little bit better. Only one shared appearance. That's the Vanguard Shield. Wrangler's Buckler, again, only one shared appearance, 22,928 gold. Rigid Shoulders, one shared appearance, 28,772 gold, 0.004 sell rate. Watcher's Mantle, 68,000. And then we've got the Prospector's Chest Piece. Prospector's always good, 22,000. And then we have the, again, Prospectors have two of those. Mystic's Robe. Now this is unique, 21,000, 0.004 sell rate. Then we have the Ritual Shroud here for 31,000, 0.005. Sentries Wrist here, unique item as well, 51,000 gold, 0.001 sell rate though. Sanguine Hand Wraps has one shared appearance, 25,000, 0.002. And then we have the Sentry's Sash here. This is the Sentry's Belt, unique appearance, 34,000, 0.002. Robust Girdle, unique appearance as well, 20, almost basically 27,000, 0.004 sell rate on that one. Then we have the Outrunner's Legs here, one shared appearance at 20,000, 0.003. And then we have Watcher's Boots here, 39,000, no sell rate on that one, but only one shared appearance. And then unfortunately we did get a ring here, 541,000. Amazing. No, we'll only try to get like 1,000 gold for it. It is you know, specific to BFD, but yeah, it's one of those overinflated things. So yeah, definitely not going to try to. Actually, it looks like I do have in the high value group. I need to move that out to the inflated group. Actually, it might have just been moved to that on this character to mail it over to the bank. But anyway, we did get some specific blue items that are not overinflated rings, and we got those 4 displayed right here. Now, last time when we did this on the part 1 series, I did check it, and it looked like we didn't get as much with the blue items as we got on our Horde Tune, which would be Thrall's version of this farm. Again, this is only 20 runs worth of loot. We still got 80 runs for this side and 80 runs for the next side as well. But they still, we were using the bank, just the bank here, and we only actually had like not the bags, but we only had like this, like 4, what is it, like 8? I think it was 8 of these slots filled up for the blue items. So we only, I guess, had 8 items where we have 4. So really, if we can more than double what we got right now on this one, we're already doing better, at least on this side. Again, we also still have to check Thrall and hope that they do as well. Now they completely filled up their whole, you know, bank area there. So they did really well on the high value blue items. So, and I think I just had to trade some over. But anyway, this is what we got so far. We've got the Staff of the Blessed Seer, 72,000.002 sell rate. And it does have one shared appearance there with Staff of Memory. We have the Evocator's Blade, the lowest, like, I think this is the lowest value specific blue item in there. I could be wrong, but I think it is 29,000.003 sell rate. One shared appearance as well, 2 of those. And then we got the Grimclaw here, 340,000.005 sell rate. Now we actually This is unique, and we actually did not get one of these last time on either one of our tunes. So really good that we got this time. So hopefully we get another one too, so we can get it put up on both auction houses. Well, that's going to do it for our first 20 runs for Proudmoore side of things for BFD. Let's go ahead and move on to the last part of drak'tharon Keep for Proudmoore. So 100 runs worth, the last 100 runs worth of loot for drak'tharon Keep. Again, we got a bunch of low value stuff. Not really going to go through it as we went through it pretty much the first time. There may be some different things here, but not really. You know, we got some swords here. We got some fist pieces, orca pieces, hellgrind. We got the amber pine, murden, pretty much all the same stuff. Vile prey, germonger. All the same stuff we got the first time around. And again, it's just low value stuff, so that's why we're not really going to get into it too much. Other than the blue items, we did get a Charlotte's chastising pauldrons. As you can see, it used to be high values, went down a little bit, so about 18,000 gold. May still shift over to the high value too, because it may go back up. Avery Guardsman chest piece here, 6,200.007 sell rate. And then we've got the bracers of unmitigated larceny for 5,400.002 sell rate. And then as far as our actual exciting items with drak'tharon Keep, yes, we did fill up two different slots here. Well, we filled up one, and then maybe half of one is just kind of spaced out here, but not too bad here. High value stuff. Now, the way I did this, the reason why it's so spread out, because yes, we have high value, high value, so on and so on. There's a reason why I did that. So first up is actually what I believe is, you know, true value. These items are unique items, so I wanted to separate all the unique items this time, because there are a lot of items that tend to maybe be on the fake value side of things, and these three items are definitely, I'm sure, are fake value. But anyway, these are all unique, so these should actually be posted at their value and not you know, inflated. So we have the advanced flat bow, 247,000.006 sell rate. You see, it's a unique item. Dwarven halberd for 287,000.003 sell rate, which this is one of the items we accidentally sold this past clean out in the inflated group. Yeah, that was an accident. Wind scathe here, 230,000. No sell rate shown on that one because it's just not posted, I guess, apparently, or something. But yeah, there's no sell rate. We have the grizzly glaive here, 60,000 here. And then we have the cumbersome sledgehammer here for 220,000.002 sell rate. And then we have the troll chopper here for 51,000.002 sell rate. We have the beaked axe here for 56,000.001 sell rate. We have the evergreen branch here, and actually I didn't notice it does share one appearance with a common item, yeah, 48,000. But I have actually seen these sell, and sell for good amounts. So 48,000.008 sell rate, and it's got a high sell rate, so I'll leave it in this group. Imposed brazen shield, and that is 25,000.005 sell rate. We also have the spoke shield here, 44,000.004 sell rate. And then we have the Kumungu shield, 42,000, no sell rate on that one. Strapped heater shield, that one is going to be 36,000.001 sell rate, and we have two of those. Now these items here, they have 3 to 2 shared appearances, so it could still be worth their value and be worth actually trying to sell and not overinflate it, as it doesn't share too many appearances, and you know, so it's not necessarily fake value, and they're not maybe too, you know, really that high to where it's possibly considered fake value. Griswold shoulders here, 24,000. We got the Tusk Grace staff at 35,000. Winged axe here, only one shared appearance, 48,000. Bone plate axe at 103,000.005 sell rate. We have the dragon rip sword at 61,000. The iron molded fist here at 60,000. We have two of those, and then we have the fur bog mace here for 25,000, and moonlit katana for 22,000, and then the Vicryl shield here for 48,000. And again, they only maximum was like 3 shared appearances, and the values weren't so high to where it seemed like it might be overinflated. And then these items are questionable because there's lots of shared appearances, but still the values are not so high to where it seems like it's overinflated. So 72,000 for this cloak here for the Brawler's Cape, Trapper's Helm at 28,000, Vaulted Mace for 24,000, and then we have the Segmenting Broadaxe at 56,000, and then the Jester's Stick for 68,000. And then we did get one blue item here, the Banner Slicer here for 72,000, 0.003 sell rate, really nice. And then here's all of our, tailoring patterns for those shirts. We got the Rustic Workman shirt for 97,000, 0.009 sell rate. We, probably not going to get that for that one. Red Workman's shirt pattern here for 99,000, 0.015. Blue Workman's shirt for 73,000, 0.011. We have the blue Lumberjack shirt for 91,000, 0.015. And then we have the red Lumberjack shirt for 104,000, 0.013. And then we have the another red Lumberjack. So if we don't have any red Lumberjacks, we can trade one over to the Thrall paint tune. Actually, no, that's not what these are. Maybe these were the actual overinflated. Sorry. No, this is what we actually got. Looked at that value, saw Village Scathe. I had to think for a second. That is actually what we got out of our lock boxes. So the Village Scathe here we got for 17,000. Iron Grip Sword for 18,000, and then the Survival Stick here for 6,000. Those came out of our lock boxes. And then we have our few materials here. So actually these must have just been what I considered our overinflated pretty much, or it's possible questionable, but they have the most shared appearances and are higher value items. I guess maybe we didn't get any of the really ridiculous ones on this one. I do think we have it on the other bank alt though. But anyway, let's go ahead and shift over to the other Proudmoore bank alt at least and take a look at what we got from RFD and the Wad Blue Farm in a group for 1 hour. All right, guys. So first off, we'll start off with everything that we got from RFD for their last 100 runs. We already did 100 runs last week, but this is the last 100 runs, and then we'll go over what 50 runs for this from this druid. So, and then we'll go over what we got from 1 hour of doing the Wad Blue Farm. So anyway, RFD up first. We got our low value stuff. Again, this is only 50 runs worth of loot here, but it's going to be 50 on both. So that's 100. And then we did 100 last week as well. So completing our 200. We got Tyrus pieces here, which are always great pieces. Sell super fast. They are still low value though. We also got some Saltstone pieces as well here. Saltstone shoulders. Actually, I thought I separated out all the Saltstone stuff. Oops. Well, anyway, I wanted that to all be separate. Must have missed the shoulders there though. Imbecile, Warbringers, Symbolic. Again, we've went over this similar stuff, maybe 1 or 2 pieces different when we did it for the first 50 runs for this realm here. And then we have our Robe of the Magi. We got, I believe out of a chest here, 10,000 gold for this one. Enchanted Kodo Bracers, 5,400 for some low value blues. And then we even got a low value epic here at the Ice Mail Jerkin here for almost 11,000. Let's have some shared appearances up. What 0.006 sell rate? And then right here we have our Saltstone pieces. So we have the Saltstone belt at 47,000, 0.003 sell rate. Saltstone legs, actually got a pair of the legs, so very, very nice. Very happy to get those. 94,000, 0.005 sell rate. And then the Saltstone shoulders, a low value piece, but it's Saltstone, 10,000, 0.005 sell rate. And then we've got our specific blue items. So we got 2 Quail shooters, so we definitely did a lot better on this half. I don't know if you guys remember last week, but when we went over the loot, really was looking kind of grim with the specific blue items and things for RFD that time around. So looking a lot better this time around. We actually have some specific blues and things. So Quail shooter, we have 2 of those, 90,000 gold. We also have the Freezing Shard here. It's a wand, 71,000 gold. We have the Stormgale Fist here, unique item, 125,000, 0.003 sell rate. And then we have the Briar Treaders here, some shared appearances, 56,000. And then we got a couple of blue patterns here. One, we got the schematic for the craftsman monocle, and that is going to be 98,000.007 sell rate. Now, this drops in multiple different places. You can see all the things just saying Nomergon. So you can get this from multiple different places. We've seen it drop. And then this one right here, we got the big boy. We got the pattern for the rich purple silk shirt pattern. Man, this is amazing because we didn't even get a single one of these for the part 1 series. So in my experience, these things do sell super fast, nowhere near the almost 2 million value, but I have sold these in the ranges of 600 to 650,000, which is still really good, especially when I've sold them for, I don't know, somewhere around in like a week's time, sometimes in a day, maybe a couple days. But yeah, really not bad. 1.9 million is what it's saying at a 0.013 sell rate. They sell super fast. I would never try to sell it that high. I don't believe that's true value for this item. You guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I remember it before it blew up when it became an achievement. Granted, maybe that did increase the value somewhat, but at that time, I mean, before all the big hype around it, it was only valued at like 500,000. And sometimes they even dropped below that. So yeah, it's been gradually increasing, and I don't feel like it's nowhere near that value of 1.9 million. I think that's one of those things where people are overinflating it. But anyway, I could be wrong, but still, really great item. It definitely will. I can, say it will sell at 650,000 and rather quickly, which is still a great amount to get and over the value of what it used to be. So still really good sell if you can sell it for that, I believe. Anyway, as far as what we have left, we have the Wild Blue Farm items here. We have, again, it's going to be possibly some stuff similar to what we got from Iron Nuts, but something a little bit different. It's also got items that are similar to what you would get in Skyreach. And of course, it has a bunch of blue items, which you can't actually get in Skyreach, but you can get those in Iron Dots. So Long Claw gun here for 10,000. We've got Long Claw crossbow for 7. Ruckmore scepter here for 4,300. Sunsworn scepter. Actually, we're not going to go over that. It's just low value stuff. Although these are the stars of the show, the green weapons here. That's what we really look to get a bunch of, because that's what we see sell a lot. That and the shields too. The armor does sell, but it tends to be a little bit slower seller most times than the weapons. The weapons are the really big star, but I have actually sold the armor too. And then we have our high value items. We have the Arcanine Broadaxe for 26,000.002 sell rate. The Raven Scar Shield at 27,000, almost 28,000, only at 0.001. Raven Scar Breastplate, fortunately it's got multiple share appearances here, but only 29,000, so might be a decent seller. Shadeback Gloves, 26,000. And then we have the Varashi Greaves here at 21,000.005 sell rate, only one shared appearance. Then we do have our blues here. We have 2. The Cask of Defiance, it's a helm here for 24,000.002 sell rate. And then the Railwind's Crimson Cowl for 88,000.001 sell rate, and a bunch of shared appearances. So we didn't really luck out too much on the blues here with this farm this time around. Another thing is we do actually get more auction house modules, but this time around they're a little bit different. The open world auction house modules are a little different than the actual dungeon ones, although in the past I have experienced selling, having a better chance of selling the ones from the dungeon, but it's still good to have both. So we ended up with 3 of them, and we got some spare parts as well. We also got 2 overinflated rings that we'll just try to hurry up and get rid of for like 1,000 gold, and some minor materials here. So yeah, not bad. That's going to do it for what Proudmoore got for week number 4. Yeah, not bad. We got some stuff from WAD once again, which I love getting WAD stuff because it seems to sell all the way throughout the series. It did, at least for the part 1 series. And then we also got some, the rest of our RFD and drak'tharon Keep items, and we got pretty much a whole tab full of stuff from BFD, which is quite surprising when it's only 20 runs worth of loot. But anyway, let's go ahead and take and switch over to Thrall. And all right, guys, so now over here on our first druid for our first bank alt for Thrall, let's go ahead and take a look. Again, this is going to be, we're going to be going over blackfathom depths for their 20 runs, so totaling 40 runs for us, and then the last 50 runs for drak'tharon keep, which will total another 100, which will give us ultimately the 200 runs of drak'tharon keep. And then we'll hop over to the other one to take a look at their RFD and wild blues. So first up with our loot from BFD, pretty similar, I would say a little bit more on the first one, as we were, you know, pretty full. We actually even had to like kind of, you know, try to cram some items in there with the high value blues and things. So they did, you know, possibly get a little bit luckier this time, which is kind of funny because it's seemed like that a little bit here with a few farms now. I feel, I could be wrong, but and it's still kind of early, but it always seemed like it was the other way around with the part 1 series. So so maybe the first druid's gonna be doing better this time around. But should be a lot of the same stuff. Grunts, we got feral stuff, we've got the outrunners stuff, aboriginal robes, not the loincloths or anything, but the robes at least, watchers, you know, grunt stuff, I already said that, spike chain stuff like that. And then as far as our high value stuff, we did get the hulking shield here, 33,000, outrunner shield for 20,000. We also got the greenweave branch for 51,000. Got 2 of those. We got the rigid shoulders here for 28, almost 29,000, 0.004 sell rate. We also got prospector's chest piece, which prospector's always good. Ritual tunic, 35,000. We also have the ritual shroud here for 31,000. We have the Doc KB bracer. Sorry, I know I butchered that. 34,000.003 sell rate. Rain collar cuffs. Rain collar stuff always good. So nice that we got some of these. 35,000. I know it does have some shared appearances, but usually this stuff still sells rather well. Sentry's gloves, always loving the sentry pieces, 64,000.002. That is unique. Robust girdle, also unique, almost 27,000. We got the outrunner's legs for 20,000, and then the watcher's boots for 39,000. We did get 1 inflated ring here with the quartz ring, and 3 of the specific blues. Again, it's still early on. I mean, this is only 20 runs worth from this druid, and I mean, still got a good amount of stuff just from this druid doing 20 runs and from the other druid doing 20 runs, so 40 runs total, but a good variety of items here. So staff of the blessed seer, evocator's blade, and tree bark jacket here. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Grimclaw axe over here. That's the big boy, but hopefully we'll get one before it's over. We didn't even get one between both you know, druids last time we did this, so really good that we at least got one already, and we'll just keep hoping that maybe we can get 2 so we can have one on both realms. But that's going to do it for BFD. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the drak'tharon keep. Again, our low value armor pieces, nothing really to go into. It's just going to be the same stuff, the grissom wall stuff, but still a good amount of stuff to go ahead and, you know, add to our auction house. We did actually get 1 blue item here, and this actually came from the lock boxes, the helm of the burning soul. So 10,458 gold for a low value blue item here. It does have a lot of shared appearances though. And then we also, I didn't really share this because this was just the blue helm. There was a bunch of them dropping. I did actually vendor a whole bunch of them this time. I didn't keep them all for the, we got, of course, got a whole bunch more, but I vendored them because we have plenty. We don't need any more than that. But anyway, as far as our high value items, I did something similar here. So we got our items here that are unique first, which I do believe is going to be real value. So we got the rugged polearm, 54,000, almost 55. We got the grizzly glaive here for 60,000. We also have the femored shafted mace for 175,000. Now this one right here, I have actually sold not too, I mean, it's been probably a few months or something. It's still posted in Discord, but not too long ago I posted, and you see this does not look like much at all, but as far as like the design and everything, it looks pretty basic is what I mean by that. But I have sold this for over 100,000 not too long ago. It's not 175,000, but it was still like 109,000 or something like that. It's posted in Discord if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, these items do sell from rats, so don't sleep on them. Cumbersome sledgehammer, 220,000. And we got 2 of those, and it looks just like the other one, just a different color variation. That's what's the difference there, and that's why they're still unique. This axe here for 39,000, almost 40,000. We have the Dragon Flayer hatchet for 86,000. We have an evergreen branch. Once again, I didn't notice the comment item up there, but yeah, we got 3 of those, and these do actually sell though. I have sold these often in the past. We have the embossed brazen shield here for 25,000, and then the Kamangu shield here for 42,000. Probably said that wrong as well. Anyway, then these are the items that have 3 or fewer shared appearances, so could still be, you know, somewhat unique, and they have, you know, a price that's not ridiculous enough to where it gets put in the inflated area. But 28,000 for this inlaid greatsword, Dragon's Rip sword here for 61,000, iron molded fist for 60,000. Got 2 of those. Yielding bow for 250,000. We have the scored blade here for 27, almost 28,000. We have the this mace here. I'm going to attempt it. 25,000, and then we have the Vicryl shield here for 48,000, and then the Tonka belt for 40,000 as well. And then as far as these items here, these are the ones that I do feel are possibly overinflated. These ones I know for sure are overinflated. Didn't really have any of these on the other one. That's why I kind of at first thought the items that were sitting over here were that, but they were actually from the lock boxes. But these are, you know, questionably, possibly overinflated, as it has multiple different appearances. But again, it's only 24,000, so it's really not a big issue with it because the value is low enough. This one now might be borderline because it is almost 70,000 gold, and it has a bunch of shared appearances. Just your stick here. Now, I did also get a high value blue item here. It's not really all that high. It does only have 1 shared appearance. It's an offhand here, and it looks like it's 27,000.002 sell rate. Again, we've got our patterns here. We got the pattern for the blue workman's shirt, green lumberjack shirt, blue lumberjack shirt, and the red lumberjack shirt. So not as many as we had on the you know, the ones for Proudmoore there. And then our overinflated items, so we'll just try to sell off for, I don't know, maybe I'll even try them in the 25,000 group. That's why I kind of created it for maybe some armor type items actually, but if not, I'll just put them in the 10,000 group. But it looks like Frosted Steel Mallet here, 418,000. Now this does only have 1 shared appearance, but still 1 shared appearance at 418,000 just seems way too high to be you know, selling it that much with a shared appearance. Tracking bow here, again, only 1 shared appearance, so not as bad as some of these overinflated items, but I mean, it's valued at 8.2 million gold. Way too high. So yeah, definitely not trying to see if we post this on the auction house for 8 million gold, or this one even for 400,000 gold. Just going to try to get rid of those if I can. And then of course we got our materials here. So that's going to do it for Thrall side of things, for drak'tharon Keep and for BFD so far. We still have a lot of BFD left to do. I'll try to get some done before the weekend, before we stream it again. All right, guys, so first up, we will start out by taking a look at what we got from the rest of RFD. 100 runs worth. Now, we know with the Proudmoore side, it was really good. We had the rich purple silk shirt pattern and some blues. It looks like we have some blues over here too. But first off, of course, we got our low value stuff here. You know, no real need to go into any of that. We've already kind of went over it like a few times now. Although maybe our low value blue items here, the Grim Reaper here, 9,000, almost 10,000 gold. Stalvin's Reaper here, 10,000 gold. And then we've got our Saltstone pieces. I did separate it out this time. So 2 things of shoulders here for 10,000 gold. 0.005 sell rate. We've got the chest piece here. We've got two of those as well. 24,000.010. The wrist pieces here for almost 22,000, 0.002. And then we have the boots here for 21,000 at 0.003. No legs, unfortunately, but I think we did. What, may have even had two pairs of legs. When we first did. I'll have to go back and look. Hopefully it wasn't actually on the Proudmoore side. You know, I'll have to check, see if we need to trace them over. But I think we actually had two saltstone legs, if I remember correctly, on this one for the first 100. So we should be safe there. As far as our blues go, our specific blues and stuff, some not specific, these black dust with staffs, but we got the Ebony Bone Club, 89,000 here. And then we've got the Corpse Shroud. We actually have two of those, 99,000.001 sell rate. We also have the Briar Treaders here for 56,000.001 sell rate. Unfortunately, we got a pair. Now, this is not specific. This is a world drop, but very, very awesome. They've got the Firemane leggings. Finally got a pair of the Firemane leggings. These were such a big hit. We were getting them left and right with the first series, and I think that's why we had such you know, we started off strong with the first series, and that's why we've been kind of behind on our cleanouts against this series, because I mean, we did Dire Maul East and we got like 3 of them with the first series. So finally got one here. 91,000, almost 92,000.007 sell rate. And yeah, they look just like the Bloodskull legs, but the only thing is, the difference is Bloodskull are plate, these are mail. So they are still pretty much unique as well. So really nice one there. And then we've got 2 black dust with staffs at 20,000.003 sell rate, and these are unique. And then we did get 1 epic here, Gloves of Holy Might. For actually dropped below. So, it may go back up though. We'll leave it at high value, 19,000, 0.005 sell rate. 1 shared appearance, but these are leather versus the 1 shared appearance being mail, so technically they are still unique. All right, and then as far as our lockboxes go, we did get Thistle T pattern. That's all we got. These are the steel lockboxes too. We did have chances for patterns and nice things as well from these, but unfortunately, this is all we got. But you know, hey, we've been selling these patterns, so it's not gonna be a bad thing to have some extras here. 16,000, so it actually did go up because I think they're only at like 14,000. Very high sell rate at 0.037. All right, on to our wide blues. Now, again, this one we actually did manually multi-box it but we treated it as best as I could as it being a group farm, only worrying about looting on my actual you know, druid that I use for farming these dungeons. But honestly, really, it should have cost us, you know, made us, you know, get less than what we would have in the actual group farm. So but it seems like it's, you know, fairly equivalent to what the other druid had. Actually, maybe even they may have even had some better RNG with the blues here, at least, because I think we only have what, like 2. So it's at least actually looking better there. But the other stuff looks fairly similar. Again, we've got a lot of the same green items. You're gonna have items from like Iron Docks and a mixture of Iron Docks and Skyreach coming from this place. That's what's kind of good about this wide blue farm is it's really small. It's easy that you can even totally solo it. The only downside with soloing any of these small farms is that the spawns will sometimes start to slow up just because you're the only one there farming it. So even just bringing a second account and just having to hit a couple mobs here and there can definitely just help keep those spawns rolling for you, whether you really are using it or not. Just with these smaller farms, if you want to try to do them, if you can't get a group going. But yeah, anyway, so it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff that sells really nice from the wide blue farm. And you know, like I said, it's gonna be a mixture of green items that possibly can drop in Iron Docks and can drop in you know, Skyreach, which the thing is they have different loot pools, Skyreach and Iron Docks, but you go out to this farm and it seems to drop things from both a lot of the time. So anyway, with our high value stuff, we have the Skadish Greatsword, 34,000.003 sell rate. Skadish Staff, 80,000.002 sell rate. This one's really nice. We've seen some really good sales. Me and I know Scrog has as well seen some good sales from this. Bloodbane Knuckles, 23,000.005 sell rate. We got the Sunsworn Transcription here for 49,000.004. And the Sunsworn Cloak for 138,000, only a 0.001 sell rate though. But as you can tell, all these items, well, other than the Knuckles and actually the Great Sword here, are unique, but they still only share one other appearance and they are pretty low in value. So still good to say that you could probably sell them for that amount. They're not overinflated. So anyway, then we have our blue items here. We have the Felcore Iron Wand. Now this is unique blue and it's 154,000, so really nice there. Now I haven't actually sold this one in the past, but I have sold the other one that's similar to this. I think it's just a different color, so I have high hopes for this one. Also have the Razor Crystal Blade here, unique as well, 124,000, 0.001 sell rate. And really cool thing about this one is actually, I believe, different than the other one I'm used to seeing. The other one I'm used to seeing that's similar to this. I don't know what the name of that one is, but I thought it actually has like a blue blade. This one actually has a yellow blade to it. And then we have the Tard Great Cloak here. This one's does share one appearance with an epic there. 99,000 for this one, but still not too bad with the only sharing one appearance. And then again, we have our auction house modules ended up with 3 again. We may have a little bit less, I can't recall, we may have a little bit less or a little bit different with the extras. And actually we might even have enough to where we can make one more to give to one realm or the other. We did get a lot fewer of the materials, but then again, like I said, it was me trying to manage you know, doing the manual multi-box thing, so I was actually using like macros and I wasn't just using the target enemy thing like I was in the actual group farm where we were actually possibly killing the mobs that actually gave the materials. But I mean, they're not going to bring too much gold anyway, so I'm not too worried about those. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for week number 4's loot. And on Sunday, we of course will actually have the clean out. Throughout this week, I will be trying to get more runs done of BFD and get that completed at least by the weekend. I also will be working on Blackrock Caverns. Beyond that, I can't really off the top of my head. I think Sunwell is actually next. Now I know we just got out of Sunwell. Yeah, Sunwell is actually next. We just got out of Sunwell with the 1,000 runs, but that was for the 1,000 runs. None of those items are going on these banks, so we need to get Sunwell loot and get some of that those patterns up on the auction house for this series. But anyway, guys, if you do like these cleanouts, make sure you smash the big thumbs up. Lets me know that you like it. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next one, and so you don't miss the clean out. See if we're selling these items at the end of the week. Well, anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all in the next video.